this COVID bill, this stimulus, what's going on in Congress. I mean, it's like a football game to me. I miss this. What is the outcome? And this puts me pretty much in a good mood, even if the outcome doesn't totally come out the way I want it to. I know I want everybody to have the stimulus checks, but even if it doesn't go through, there's a symbolic positive that comes out of this too, and I will explain that in a minute. The U.S. House of Representatives just voted to okay the $2,000 payments. It was predominantly on party lines. There were about 44 Republicans that did vote with the Democrats, and there was a couple of Democrats that voted against it. So, I won't say it's totally partisan, but it is, more or less still done along party lines overall. And good for those Republicans, those 44 Republicans that voted with the Democrats, whatever your reasons may be. I like to think there's a little bit of a decency factor in people. We do have this COVID shit that we have to deal with. So now that it's passed, it goes to the U.S. Senate. The roadblock or the problem is the usual roadblock and problem. Turtle Man. Mitch McConnell. I like to call him asshole. Well, he is the roadblock. And as conventional wisdom says it's going to die in the U.S. Senate. But maybe not. Bernie Sanders is going to use leverage, it looks like. And that means that he is going to try to put a stop to a defense bill unless Mitch McConnell allows the vote on a stimulus of $2,000. And he is willing to keep the senators there up until the New Year's. And Bernie Sanders is showing the kind of Bernie Sanders that I known of since the 1990s all the way till the time he was running for president by 2015. The aggressive, the aggressive, cranky old man that's not going to put up with any shit. This is the kind of thing that makes Bernie Sanders a hero of mine. I admit I am a Bernie Sanders partisan hack. And if you had any intelligence, most of you would be too. Having that said, what makes this beautiful is that the Republicans are sweating. They're nervous. There is 2 Senate seats up for grabs down in Georgia, a runoff election. And that's between David Perdue, Republican, and John Ossoff, Democrat, and Kelly Loeffler, Republican, and Raphael Warnock, Democrat. There is potential trouble if this bill doesn't pass the U.S. Senate and there's no $2,000 payment. It's going to fucking suck for the American people. But it will also make the Republicans look horrible. And it will be a disaster. And it could be that Warnock and Ossoff, both or one of them, could defeat the Republican incumbents. And so that'll be a good thing, even though if there is a Democratic majority in the Senate, it'll be so razor thin. And Vice President Kamala Harris will be the tiebreaker as the pro tem of the U.S. Senate. So everything kind of remains up in the balance of what happens with regard to Georgia, with regard to this bill, either way. Now, if the bill passed, even though it could help the Republicans too, ironically enough, again, either way, the Senate is going to be hanging in the balance regardless of what happens January 5th with the runoff. But the beautiful thing is, as I said, I love seeing the Republicans sweat and be on the defensive. It's about time Mitch McConnell got a bit of his own medicine. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, how do you like that, bitch? But anyway, the thing about it is that this $2,000, just think of the good it's going to do for the American people. Now I know there are some Scrooges out there in this Christmas season. Whether they're kind of an unusual coalition, some of them are corporate Democrats, and they're going to be claiming that everything is okay now. There's no need for a stimulus check because we got unimaginative corporate wishy-washy Democrats who are focused on political correctness and virtue signaling and don't give a damn about people's pocketbooks. And then you got these old grumpy old Republican white Anglo-Saxon Protestant men like Mitch McConnell going around, you know, not giving a damn about people because they're just they're just I hate to say meanies, like I'm being whiny. Yeah, you're a meanie, you're a meanie, you're a meanie, but cruel and inhumane. And the idea of corporate welfare to these people is awesome. An idea of actually giving something back to the American people that's going to make a positive difference in their lives. That is considered something you don't do. It's considered negative, even though the rest of the industrialized world are taking care of their citizens. Apparently, you got people that are saying that the American people don't need stimulus checks. They don't need unemployment, even though this shit is not their fault. Well, they just need to just suck it up, buttercup, pull themselves up by their bootstraps. All what is wrong with the mentality of the American political Overton window. This cruel attitude, and I hope that this is going to put the Republicans on the spot. If they do the right thing, I'll commend them for doing the right thing, no matter what their motives are. But if they don't, they're going to be exposed for the cold-hearted assholes that I think they correctly they are. So the thing about it is that there's another caveat to this, um, and what would be Donald Trump's motive? Because Donald Trump, all of a sudden, he had an epiphany and he started to favor $2,000. Which my question is, where the fuck was he back in the fall and just prior to the election? When all this was going on. Of course, he seemed to be okay with the $1,200 check that I got, but Nancy Pelosi was playing politics. She was playing politics and call it a half a loaf. And then there was the initial original stimulus bill with no stimulus checks. I was glad that was rejected right away. And then the second one with the $600. Um, I turned out to be wrong because I was going to reluctantly embrace that. But the $2,000 will make a gigantic difference to people. Um, I know it will make a difference to me. I got expenses in life and things like that, and $2,000 will do me a hell of a lot of good. I'm just curious to see how my taxes are going to transpire this year. I probably better pray on that. Yeah, tell you the truth. But what is Trump's legacy? I mean, what's Trump's motive? I mean, is he doing it because it's the right thing to do, and there's that basic human decency factor? And it could it be that? Could it be that he's a narcissistic jackoff that wants to sit there and hover or obsess over his legacy? Or could it be that Trump's is going to, you know, do revenge against a lot of these Republican establishment types that kind of fucked them over or fought them along the ways. And doing this is a way to kind of put Kelly Loeffler and David Duke. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. David Perdue on the spot. And honestly, I mean that. I didn't mean that about. I'm not trying to compare David Perdue to David Duke. I am sorry about that. I really am. But anyway, is it Trump's way of sabotaging the Republicans when he leaves? He's going to. This is his way of using a wrecking ball to pay back the Republicans who've actually, in some ways, were the bad guys, or the greater evil between, Trump and some of the never Trumper establishment that in some cases are probably even more right wing than they are. What could it be? I'm curious. I'm curious. But suffice to say, I mean, I am glad that there is a faint light of hope that the Americans may be seeing a $2,000 check fairly soon. And what a great way to start the year 2021. I mean, I can't think of a better way to start the year. So let me know what you think, and we'll have a conversation. If you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you were like not too pleased with what I have to say, it's a free country. Just go ahead and comment anyway. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you that if you're passionate about something and you do have a platform, utilize it. If you're passionate about something, you don't have a platform, by all means, create that platform. Utilize it. Because we're all the muckrakers of our time. And most importantly, I want you to hit that subscribe button and help this channel to grow. And to let you all know that I am American social democracy. And until next time, peace and Bernie Sanders for president in the year 2024. Wait to see you fighting back again, Bernie. That Sanders I've known and loved dearly most of my life, politically speaking.